Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being present on this very special occasion. As president of the Toronto Housing Company, I can confidently state that today marks a new era for the city of Toronto. I present to you Spruce Court, housing for the workmen of modest means that all can afford.
Seems like quite a good idea. Hopefully it will cut crime down in the slums by half.
Indeed. Hopefully disease and poverty as well.
For our ribbon cutting, I'll be joined by Lieutenant Governor Gibson, our philanthropists, and Chief Constable Brackenreed.
That's my cue. I'll book the afternoon off and spend some time with the missus.
Happy wife, happy life.
I've heard that. Not sure I quite believe it. Anyway, you can take care of the rest of the tour, can't you? Excuse me, kids.
I commend the quality of living conditions. It's rare to see such respect given to the working class.
Well, I think housing is second in importance only to preserving law and order. Don't you agree, Inspector?
Mr. Byers, I could not agree more. If this is successful, hopefully it will encourage the government to pitch in and help out.
That is my hope. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our tenants, Ms. Misha Boyko, came to Canada as a young maiden and now works as a bookkeeper at the esteemed Eaton's department store. She has a new lease on life by moving into Spruce Court and kindly allowed us a tour of her new apartment. Shall we say hello?
Miss Boyko? Miss Boyko? Miss Boyko!
Not the new lease on life she'd hoped for.
Time of death is between 2 and 8 p.m. yesterday. I'll let you know of my findings.
Thank you, Miss Hart. Sniffing powdered cocaine seems to have become very popular lately. Interesting how things become popular when they're deemed illegal. Mixon and Company. They reported a shipment of cocaine stolen 2 weeks ago on its way to the hospital. This is likely from that shipment.
I wonder if Miss Boyko was involved.
Certainly possible.
And who might you be?
The police.
Really? Well, one does never cease. I'm Councillor Barry Tallow. This is my ward.
Inspector Albert Choi, sir.
Shame about the young lady, but I can't say as much of a surprise. I told the council that housing these people in one place was a recipe for disaster.
What are you insinuating, Counselor?
I mean immigrant workers. I'm not happy they'll be roaming the streets of my neighborhood right alongside children. Surely, you must want this building shut down.
With all due respect, Counselor, I recommend an investigation take place first.
And you're a police inspector?
Indeed, I am.
I must say I prefer a traditional inspector.
Counselor, did you know Miss Misha Boyko?
The dead woman? Of course not. Why would I have anything to do with her?
And perhaps it's wise not to judge one's character by their origin or occupation.
Despite his assumptions, one thing is true. Stolen drugs were found. We need to know if Miss Boyko was connected to the theft.
Yes, a robbery like this would have taken some organization. She likely didn't work alone.
Continue to interview the other tenants.
Yes, sir. Are you a tenant here, Miss?
Mrs. Carol Robinson. No, I am a charity worker for St. Patrick's Relief Society.
Presumably a member of St. Patrick's Catholic Church?
I live in the neighborhood. I've been asking tenants if they'd like the second-hand furnishings that were donated to the church. I like to look in on troubled people.
Troubled people? Like narcotics addicts?
Some are, some aren't. There's no shortage of reasons why people find themselves in distress.
Indeed. Did you know the deceased?
No, I had never met her, but I was saddened to hear what happened to the poor soul. No matter one's station, everyone is a child of God.
Thank you, Mrs. Robinson.
Bill,
Anything of interest?
Miss Boyko's neighbors never saw her with drugs. She worked a steady job and volunteered with an orphanage doing bookkeeping work for free.
Hardly the character of a drug thief.
I agree.
The inspector and I are headed to the morgue. Finish up what you're doing here, and we'll meet you there.
Llewellyn Marcus Watts.
Olivia Leeming.
In the flesh.
It's been 20 years.
At least.
20 years. Do you live here?
No, I just stopped in to see my friend. By a strange twist of fate, I run into an old friend as I lose another.
You mean?
I knew, Misha. I can't believe what happened.
So sorry. May I ask you an impolite question?
Go ahead.
Did she ever mention her drug use?
Not at all. She didn't so much as take a sip of whiskey. Now, may I ask you an impolite question?
Sure.
How did you become a police detective?
Oh, you find that surprising?
Well, you were always scrawny and awkward, not much of a fan of authority, as I recall.
Well, they don't seem to mind my nature. And how about you? Have you finally gotten your paintings exhibited at the Society of Artists like you'd always imagined?
Well, unfortunately, ambition alone doesn't bring you fame and fortune.
I should continue, but would you like to meet me for lunch tomorrow? Scott's Diner, 12 o'clock?
A starving artist would never say no to a free lunch.
All right.
I told Mrs. Penn she should plant tulips in her yard. Look at that lawn. Nothing but weeds.
Margaret.
Well, it brings down the value of the neighborhood.
Oh, moment of your time.
We're not interested.
Oh, you might be, sir. Alfred Hawes. You live around here?
Hawes. We've just walked past the vacant lot with your sign on it, on Bernard Avenue.
Indeed. I plan to build a walk-up apartment building. It'll accommodate at least 24 households.
24 households on this street.
Well, that's nothing compared to my previous development. That had 32 units. You've heard of Sussex Court?
What good will an apartment building do around here?
We'll provide quality residences for those who can't afford houses in what I believe is the choicest residential district in Toronto.
Oh, really?
Yes, indeed. Construction will take at least a year, but it'll be worth it.
A year?
Well, hopefully sooner, but these things take time. I just wanted to inform you as to what's coming. Good day to you both.
Dust, noise, and lowlifes.
Bloody hell.
Margaret.
There's peritracheal edema and a small tear to the artery in her neck. She died of strangulation, not an overdose.
A murder.
I found blood and skin under the fingernails of her right index and middle fingers.
A result of an altercation with her killer.
I also found a piece of lavender-colored fiber that got caught in a fingernail. From what I observed under the microscope, I'd say it was silk.
Fiber from her own clothing?
No, detective.
Then likely from something the killer was wearing.
I didn't notice this cut at the scene of the crime because it was covered under her dress. It's fresh.
Any idea what could have caused that?
Something like the head of a pin or a nail. It's quite a deep cut, but there's no blood.
The cut was made after lividity began?
Yes, detective. The cut would have been made sometime after death.
So the body was moved?
Seems likely.
Is there anything else, Miss Hart?
Yes. This is the oddest thing I found. They're wood splinters. They were difficult to spot, but there are plenty of them, trapped in her hair, like in a duster.
How'd they end up there?
Seems we'll need to take another look at Miss Boyko's flat.
Took a look. Very capable of snagging a body being dragged. Nothing seems out of the ordinary here.
Are you sure about that? This looks similar to the wood shavings we found in Miss Boyko's hair.
So she was killed here?
Seems likely. There's something back here.
Cocaine.
Someone left something behind?
And 2 cots could mean 2 people were in here.
Miss Boyko had 2 accomplices. The 3 of them used the stolen cocaine here, dragged her body up the stairs, past the nail, and posed Miss Boyko's body at the front door to make it appear as though she were to blame.
You mean they turned on her? Or she had no part in the theft at all? The 2 criminals simply stashed the cocaine here. They moved in and out through those doors there. Miss Boyko discovered this den and walked in on 2 strangers who strangled her, then dragged her body upstairs to prevent drawing attention to this place.
Whether or not she was an accomplice, the people that were staying in this room are the killers. Did you find anything?
This space is unique to this apartment. No other cellars have similar partitions.
Have a look at this.
Oh, graffiti of some kind?
Any idea what it is?
Looks almost like spectacles.
Paint. It's still malleable. You think Miss Boyko painted this?
Well, someone else.
Right. We need to speak with the Toronto Housing Company, find out who worked on this apartment and built these partitions.
Mr. Hawes, do come in. Have a seat. Now, since our conversation, I've been thinking, I don't want a walk-up apartment.
Oh? And why's that?
I have my reasons. I would like you to build a house instead, for a single family.
Is this an official request?
No. I'm just a concerned citizen who enjoys the peace and tranquility of his neighborhood after a long day catching criminals.
Mr. Brackenreed, I'm a businessman. I can't afford to take a loss on this land.
Give me the bottom line. How much would it cost me to buy the entire lot?
As you can see, no partitions were ever part of the plans. Here are the original architectural drawings.
Oh. Right. Do you have the names and addresses of all of the people who worked on this project?
You can call into my office and check, but many manual laborers don't have fixed addresses. Tracking them down would be no small feat.
Indeed. Thank you, Mr. Byers.
I hope that you can bring this to a quick conclusion.
We'll do our best, Mr. Byers.
I was very close to having the council agree to co-fund my next development. Miss Boyko's unseemly death has put a halt to that. City council no longer considers housing a priority.
Immanuel Kant would say housing is a prerequisite to human flourishing. It's a matter of principle, not just the consequence.
Tell that to Barry Tallow. He's the one that led the movement to put the kibosh on any further development.
Watts, Mr. Byers has a list of laborers in his office. We need to have a look at that list.
We'll look at that list after lunch.
Oh,
Trust me.
Thank you for coming in, Mrs. Robinson.
What is it, Detective?
We believe some construction workers may be involved in our case, so we're asking some of the neighbors. Have you seen anyone matching that description around the Spruce Court project after its completion?
I do recall a couple of workers who were around that flat.
What did they look like?
I remember a Chinese man with a goatee, and a short, dark-haired man was with him.
Any idea where they came from?
Odds are the ward. Most of the able-bodied men down there work as day laborers. That is, when they work at all.
What could a Toronto police detective have for me?
All right, so I was told by the man at the art supply store that these are his finest watercolors.
Thank you, Llewellyn. So, have you made any progress on Misha's case? Do you know where she got the cocaine?
We do know it wasn't an overdose. We believe she was murdered.
Murder? That's ridiculous. Who would kill Misha?
I was hoping you might have some insight into that. Did you spend any time with her in her new place?
No.
You sure?
Of course I'm sure. Why are you asking me that?
There's, in the cellar, on the wall, some graffiti, a painting. I was wondering...
I told you that I was never in her place.
Right.
I can't believe this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, don't leave. It's just... when I get on a case,
You get obsessed. I remember that about you.
Right.
Well, thank you for the meal and for the supplies, but I had nothing to do with Misha's death. And if you find anything, please...
Yes, I will let you know. So, where are you living now?
Here and there. I'm actually having tough luck finding a roof over my head, Llewellyn. I've got to make do with what I have, I suppose. These new art supplies, they are a luxury, especially when living on a dime. I am grateful for it.
You're welcome. You know, I could look and see if I could find some sort of job, something promising.
Well, promises are but ropes of sand.
But one can find gold in the sand.
Where have you been?
Just chasing a suspicion, but it was nothing.
Mrs. Robinson gave us the description of 2 construction workers she saw lurking behind the building. They could be in the ward.
So it seems a trip is in order.
This might interest you. Just received a report from Station House 1. They confiscated some of the mixing cocaine 3 days ago. No arrests, though. The thieves fled before the police arrived.
Were the drugs found?
Inside a shed behind 5100 Baldwin Street.
Well, we're heading that way now.
I know nothing.
There were stolen drugs in the shed just next door to you.
News to me.
We're investigating a murder in Spruce Court. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know anyone at Spruce Court. I have no interest in that place.
Why's that?
People who run the place, they only want to rent to those who have proven themselves to be morally upright. They want reference letters from someone who's a homeowner. If I knew any homeowners, you think I'd be living here?
I haven't seen anyone around that shed. Not recently, anyway.
Oh, when then?
Let me think. Maybe a couple of months ago? No, it was last week.
Excuse me a moment, Detective Watts, Toronto Constabulary.
Good for you. What do you want?
Did you two work on the construction of Spruce Court?
For a while. Quit a couple months back.
Why?
Why do you want to know?
We quit because that Frank Byers is a cheap bastard.
And you say you quit months ago?
You're calling me a liar.
Neighbor recalls seeing 2 construction workers that match your description, and we found a cap that matches this shirt at a crime scene, an underground den. Know anything about that?
Detective Murdoch, they're heading your way!
Excuse me.
I just washed those.
Please have them cleaned and send the bill to Station House number 4. Gentlemen, let's have a chat. Vincenzo Temanini and Jerry Lynn. The 2 of you worked for Frank Byers?
Your finger marks match those we found in the underground den.
They have nothing to do with drugs or murder.
You built the den in secret, stored stolen cocaine there, and when Miss Boyko stumbled upon it, you killed her.
It's a cock and bull story.
Two of us did build that place, but that's all we did.
You built it for the purpose of hiding stolen drugs.
No, we just needed a place to stay during the winter. We told you, Frank Byers underpaid us. We couldn't afford work boots, let alone proper rooms. We haven't stepped foot in the damn place since winter ended.
The graffiti in the den was fairly fresh, and the workers said they haven't been there since winter.
But their only alibi is each other.
Apparently, they've been working on a job outside of the city. I highly doubt they've been near Spruce Court recently.
So you believe them?
I think someone else knew about that place.
I would tend to agree.
Detective Murdoch, do you mind explaining this laundry bill?
That is the cost of arresting our current suspects.
Chief Constable?
Oh, Mrs. Crabtree. What brings you here?
I just need to check on some arrest reports filed by Station House 1.
Anything I need to be concerned about?
No, just routine.
And how's Mr. Crabtree faring?
He's, well, he's on chapter 2, so it's a slog, but he's happy.
Have you heard about this apartment building on Bernard Avenue?
No, that's just a couple blocks away from where I am.
I know, but don't worry about it. The builder has told me that I can purchase the entire lot. I'm going to ask the neighborhood residents to take part in a fundraiser to help me out of it.
You're buying an empty lot? Why?
To protect the rights of our local community of respectable families.
The rights to what?
The rights to live in peace. A building like that will bring noise and clutter. It won't preserve the look of the neighborhood.
The look of the neighborhood. I'm not sure what that has to do with peace.
A building will bring in hordes of strangers all at once. Think of the traffic.
Well, I think apartment buildings are an apt solution as Toronto becomes more cosmopolitan.
Apartment buildings are fine, just not in our neighborhood.
Right. Apt solution.
Liberals.
I found you a lead. Machine operator at Bryson Printing. It's the best I could do on short notice, but the pay should be sufficient for a rooming house.
I'm not complaining. Thank you, Llewellyn. Let me show you something.
Oh, these are beautiful. Graffiti of some kind? Why did you lie to me?
What do you mean?
This. It's yours?
Yes. They're olives. It's a signature of mine, if you will.
Signature also found in a concealed underground den in your friend's flat. We found cocaine there.
It's a funny coincidence.
That's also where we suspect Misha was killed. What were you doing there? Don't lie.
I was staying there. Last week, Misha offered me lodging until I found a place to live. She found the extra space in the cellar and thought that it would be perfect.
And you didn't tell anyone.
Spruce Court has strict rules in place. The flat is to be occupied by one person only, and I enjoyed the privacy.
Because you didn't want other tenants to see you using cocaine?
I indulge in the stuff. And Misha knew this. She understood. She was once in my shoes.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because I was embarrassed. I was worried what you'd think.
Cocaine was found planted on your friend's body.
Not by me. I may not be perfect, but you must believe that I would never kill one of the only people who was ever kind to me.
You say you want us to believe you, but this vial that we found on your person is an exact match to the stolen drugs from Mixon's at 91% cocaine and 9% epinephrine.
Judging by your reaction or lack thereof, you knew that this cocaine was stolen?
We have every reason to believe that you were part of this theft.
I never took part in it.
All right, tell us who else was behind the theft. You could be given leniency.
Dan Kranchuk and Malcolm Welch. They're pals from the streets.
So you assisted them in the theft?
Hardly. I let them in the den for just a few hours, but I had no idea that they had stolen drugs with them.
So you let them in and helped yourself to the drugs?
They gave it to me. Said that I earned it. I never asked for it.
But you didn't refuse it either, which could make you an accessory to the theft after the fact.
Did the thieves murder Misha Boyko?
I would have told you if they had. She was my friend. Maybe they went back to Misha's place without telling me.
So where are Cranchuk and Welsh now?
I have no idea. And that's the truth.
Is there anything else you can tell us, Olivia? She was your friend. You owe it to her.
Maybe.
What?
The day before her body was found, Misha and I got into a quarrel. She'd found out about the two that I'd let in, and she was livid. She kicked me out of the house.
So you had motive then?
But I didn't do it.
So what relevance does this quarrel have?
I went to see Misha later that day to apologize.
And did you?
No.
Why not?
I saw a gentleman enter Misha's flat through the front door.
What did this gentleman look like?
I can show you.
She seems to have remembered this gentleman at just the right time. Convenient.
She was afraid of mentioning what she saw because that'd give away the fact that she'd been staying at Misha's flat. At least that's what she told me.
Well, if she is telling the truth, that gives us 3 new suspects: Dan Cranshaw, Malcolm Welsh, and this unidentified gentleman.
This is the man I saw.
Are you sure?
I'm certain. I have a good memory for faces.
That's Counselor Tallow.
Mr. Tallow was adamant he didn't know Miss Boyko.
And yet he was seen going into her flat the day she was murdered.
And what do you propose we do?
Arrest him.
Is your witness reliable?
I've known her since childhood.
That doesn't answer the question. How could this Miss Boyko and Councillor Tallow be connected?
We don't know, but Mr. Tallow is leading a coalition of counselors to eliminate any future city-subsidized housing.
And Miss Boyko's death at Spruce Court has served him well in that regard.
So your theory is that Mr. Tallow killed Ms. Boyko and staged an overdose to stir up controversy and bolster his stance?
It's a possibility.
A possibility I'm not willing to put in front of a judge. You're going up against a well-respected member of the council.
And you only have one witness, who, as far as we know, is a known drug user.
Doesn't mean she's lying.
Well, then bring us proof she isn't.
We've already lost one case against a corrupt city councillor due to insufficient evidence. Let's not lose another.
Last week, Councillor Tallow attended daily city council meetings, a ribbon cutting at the opening of a public park in Riverdale, and a meeting with a charity orphanage.
Charity orphanage? Interesting.
How so?
Miss Boyko was a volunteer bookkeeper at an orphanage.
Right.
I've been looking into Councillor Tallow's recent activities. Earlier this year, he became one of only 5 managers of the newly formed Toronto Social Service Commission.
That commission was formed to streamline the efforts of local charities.
So both Councillor Tallow and Miss Boyko worked in professions related to charities. It may be they worked together.
No maybe about it. Look at this. The Jubilee Children's Home, one of Tallow's responsibilities. Take a look at the bookkeeper.
Miss Misha Boyko. At the very least, they knew each other from working with this orphanage.
Perhaps he found errors in her bookkeeping, or she was stealing.
And he killed her for it?
He might, if the situation was reversed.
Perhaps Miss Boyko was aware of something Councillor Tallow was up to? Right. Tomorrow we look into the bank records of everyone involved.
And how did you get this much money, Thomas?
Being chief constable provides considerable sway.
You went to our neighbors, like a beggar.
Like a concerned citizen, and they were willing to help. There's enough there to buy that lot. What's wrong?
I've been thinking. maybe it wouldn't be so awful to have different neighbors.
What do you mean?
Well, some of the most well-known businessmen that we respect started off as machine operators. And didn't you tell me that Detective Murdoch started off as a logger?
Fine. The job does not make the man. But what about our view?
Well, that's true, but the view doesn't belong to anyone.
Ah, come in. Change of heart?
Hardly. But I thought you might be interested in something I found out about the Bernard development.
Aha! There will be no developments on Bernard Avenue. We have the money to buy the land.
Then you are making a mistake.
I highly doubt that.
A mistake? What do you mean?
Plain and simple, Mr. Hawes is a fraudster.
What are you talking about?
Look at this. It says Reading Construction is to begin work on the lot in the next 2 weeks, but I know from an old case that Reading went out of business years ago.
So what's Hawes playing at?
Mr. Hawes has done this before. He buys an empty plot of land in a residential neighborhood and threatens to fill it with undesirables, and then people like yourselves buy it to stop it from happening.
Oh, I'll take that check, Thomas. And I'll need a list of all the neighbors you got money from. Land's sakes. Lovely to see you.
A pleasure.
People like yourselves.
These are the bank records for the Jubilee Children's Home. There are a number of transfers totaling $3,250 made to a trust fund identified by number only. Upon cross-referencing, I found that this fund is registered under Barry Tallow's home address.
Embezzlement. And from an orphanage, no less. Great work, Watts.
There's more. I looked up the bank records for this trust fund. In the past 3 months, there were transfers from the Toronto Temperance Union, the Dominion Education Fund, the Benevolent Association, and 11 other Toronto charities, all of which went to Mr. Tallow.
And Miss Boyko's accounts.
Oh, I looked up her bank records. Unless poverty is a crime, she did nothing wrong.
Miss Boyko must have discovered that Mr. Tallow was siphoning off funds.
She found out, so he killed her.
Time to make an arrest.
No need. He's already on his way in.
Never been so humiliated in my life.
Well, I'm aware that a strip search isn't traditional, but it seemed a good way to find any defensive wounds Miss Boyko may have left.
I didn't touch her.
So you've said.
What goes around comes back around, Mr. Tallow.
What?
You embezzled from charities, committed murder to cover it up, then planted drugs on an innocent woman to cover that up. For all this, you'll be hanged.
I will not.
I'd like to see you try to convince me that's so. I've dealt with men like you my entire life, and I'm prepared to hold you in the cells for as long as it takes.
You can't hold me without charging me.
I certainly can. I'll deny you're even here. Tell us the truth.
Fine. Last week, Miss Boyko came to see me in my office. She pointed out the discrepancy in accounts payable for the children's home.
And then?
I gave her all the money in my wallet for her to keep this a secret.
Did she take it?
No. She threw the money back in my face. A few days later, I received a letter from her that said she intended to come forward with the truth.
And so you killed her?
No. I only wanted to speak to her in private.
You went into her home the day that she died. What happened?
She didn't answer the door, so I went inside and looked for her. The front door was unlocked. I found the body in the cellar.
Did you also find a bottle of cocaine there?
I did. I dragged the body upstairs and I covered her face in the powder.
Because you knew the unveiling ceremony was the next day, and reporters would be tripping over each other trying to snap photographs.
And what did you do after you posed the body?
On my way out, I saw the back door open. I shut and locked the back door so it looked like no one was ever there.
Making it appear to the entire world that Miss Boyko took her own life.
You let a killer go free.
I closed a door.
And hindered a police investigation. You are under arrest for obstruction of justice.
And we will be adding all of these embezzlement charges as well.
No, the counselor would have walked into Miss Boyko's immediately after she was murdered.
His story doesn't completely exonerate him. I do wonder why he mentioned that the back door was open.
When I surveyed the flat after the body was found, the back door was locked.
Well, I hate to say this, but what if Mr. Tello is telling the truth? That might mean the real killer fled through the back door.
We should have another look.
Ah, Mr. Hawes.
I'm here to pick up the check.
Take a seat. The check's there.
This check says just $100.
Yes, it does. You'll take it and you'll thank me.
What's going on?
We know about your little scam.
And we've done our homework to back it up.
We've tracked your land purchases over the last 12 months. You purchased 3 parcels of land, but didn't build anything on them, and then sold them within months at nearly double the cost.
You're cheating honest residents, trying to get us to stump up wads of cash.
Oh, please, I never committed any fraud. Locals talk business to me of their own will, and they are always happy to offer me money. You lot are the ones at fault. You're always so delicate about seeing fresh faces in the neighborhood.
You shouldn't take advantage of honest people. I've a good mind to run you out of town.
I would still be the legal deed holder even if you did force me out of town.
You'll accept that check or I'll find a way to charge you.
I doubt that.
Try me.
Very well.
Good day. So, you've bought yourself an empty plot of land. What are you going to do with it?
Maybe I'll donate it to the city. Turn it into a park.
You should name it after Margaret. Get back into her good graces.
You're very astute.
A woman's gift.
Wonder where the killer went from here.
Perhaps we should speak with that neighbor. She may have seen something unusual. Excuse me, ma'am? Hello. Oh, Mrs. Robinson, I didn't realize you lived just here.
Hello, Detective. What are you doing here?
We're just following up on the death in Spruce Court.
Did you happen to see anything unusual at Miss Boyko's back door on the day she was killed?
Was killed? I thought she died overindulging in cocaine.
That was not the case. Did you see anything unusual?
No.
Nobody going in or out the back door?
No, I don't make it a habit to spy on my neighbors.
Mrs. Robinson, may I see your hands?
My hands, what for?
If you would, please.
Where are those wounds from? They look quite recent.
Oh, it was a stray cat. I was just trying to feed the poor thing.
You do have to be careful with strays. They carry all sorts of disease. Is that your lavender scarf, Mrs. Robinson?
Yes.
And did you use it to strangle Miss Boyko?
We found in your study this letter from Misha Boyko requesting a reference for her tenancy application, and you gave one.
And?
You told us you didn't know her at all. But this letter would suggest you've known her for years.
You knew Miss Boyko from your work as a relief worker. You even helped her overcome a drug habit years ago.
She had nowhere to go. I didn't.
I suspect Miss Boyko confided in you that she was letting Olivia Leeming stay in her spare room in her cellar. You deduced that Miss Leeming must be a drug user.
I'll admit, I was upset that Misha offered to take someone in who could be a drug addict. But all I did was tell her to send her friend away.
But you didn't believe that she would send her friend away. So you went back to see her again. You wanted to check for yourself. When you got downstairs in the cellar that day, you saw evidence that Miss Boyko had indeed offered lodgings to Miss Leeming. You saw cocaine in that room, and you were furious. The two of you had a physical altercation. She gave you those scratches. But that didn't stop you. Anger took a hold of you, and you strangled her to death.
Misha was only alive and healthy in the first place thanks to me. I brought her to redemption. I was so proud of myself, and I trusted her. Yet there she was, about to undo my work. She had been proof that I had God's touch.
This isn't about God. It's about control. You tended to those in need and cared for their welfare, but Misha chose to do something you didn't agree with, so you deemed it acceptable to take her life.
They're all the same. Drug addicts and coke fiends. I thought Misha was better, but she was just one of them. She was going to have drug addicts crawling in and out of that place. Come on. That can happen elsewhere, not in my backyard.
If Mrs. Robinson hadn't been so blinded by fury and prejudice, Miss Boyko might still be alive. Misha had already kicked Olivia out when Robinson discovered the den.
Good news from the Crown Attorney's office. Councillor Tallow will be going to trial on his embezzlement charges.
And what of his plan to scrap government investment in housing?
From what I hear, the other councillors in his little coalition will be picking up that mantle.
So the only winners are the landlords.
Isn't that usually the way?
I'm off, gentlemen. I'm in need of some hopeful news.
Guess what?
They hired you?
They did. And they actually asked me to design some advertisements.
I'm not surprised. You have a talent. And how are you doing otherwise?
I haven't given in to the craving in over a week now.
If you need help, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Llewellyn. And I have something for you, too.
Oh, it's unusual.
I don't know. You are a man of many facets.
Oh, indeed, but I don't think I'm that handsome.
Call it creative license. Till next time, Llewellyn.